So you want to get into DJing, but you're struggling to find the right controller for you. There's so many options out there. So in this video I'm going to talk to you about some of the options available, their features, their price range, and even what software they use. So hopefully by the end of this video you'll be in a much stronger position to pick the right controller for you. Hi guys, it's Ryan here from Tech for Music. I hope you're all well. So as I said, today we're going to look at which controller is right for you. You've been saving up all that hard-earned cash and you're ready to delve into the world of DJing. Don't worry, we're here to help you today. So really the first decision for you to make is to find out what software works best for you. Some of the softwares that we would recommend are Rekordbox, Serato, Virtual DJ, Traktor, Mix Vibes, WeDJ, Algorithm DJ, and eDJing Mix. So you may not have heard of any of those softwares, but don't worry, we're going to narrow it down for you now. If your intention is just to DJ at home, in the bedroom, just as a bit of a hobby, then we would recommend WeDJ, Algorithm DJ, and eDJing Mix. But if you want to go on to the more serious side of things, maybe being a wedding DJ, a corporate events DJ, or even a club DJ or festival DJ, then we'd recommend softwares such as Rekordbox, Serato, Traktor, Virtual DJ, or Mix Vibes. To be honest though, there's no real rule on what software you should use. You can use any of those softwares, they all work in those different scenarios or situations. However, something to take note is in today's age, the industry standard is the Pioneer setup. Most commonly, the CDJ 2000 Nexus 2 players and the DJM 900 Nexus mixer. That means most DJs will use Rekordbox software. This is Pioneer's very own software. It means that you can analyze all your tracks and get information such as BPM, key, time of the track, genre, all this information to use on those CDJ players. I do hope I've not scared you off for any of those beginners that are watching this. I tell you what, one thing to definitely try out is trial the softwares. Each software has a 30-day free trial period, so get on to the internet and get those free trials and find out what they do for yourself. Once you've decided on what software you'd like to go with, it's time to figure out what budget you've got available. Now, controllers start off as little as £63 for the very small Newmark DJ2 Go 2. Then we jump up to £139 for the Pioneer DDJ 200 Smart Controller. Then we go up a little bit more to £249. That's for the Newmark Mixtrack Pro, or the Newmark Platinum FX, or the Pioneer DDJ 400, or the Pioneer DDJ SB3. These controllers are all 2-channel controllers. However, the Pioneer DDJ SB3 and the Newmark Platinum FX both have the ability to go into 4-deck mixing despite it only having 2 line faders. So this is a great price point for this particular feature on these 2 controllers. So sticking with 2 channels but upping the budget a little bit more, you've got the Pioneer DDJ SR2 and the Pioneer DDJ 800. Now, as I said, these still are only 2-channel controllers, but they are better build quality, they've got outstanding effects on them, and they've got very cool features such as in-jog displays, and as the same as the SB3 and the Platinum FX, you also have the ability of 4-deck mixing despite only having 2 line faders. So the next thing to decide is, do you need a controller with just 2 line faders on, or a controller a bit bigger with 4 line faders on? As we said, the DDJ SB3 and the Newmark Mixtrack Platinum FX, along with the DDJ 800 and SR2, these are capable of 4-deck mixing, but they only have 2 line faders. So this means you have to switch between the decks using the software. However, with a 4-channel controller, it makes 4-deck mixing a lot easier because you've got 4 line faders to use on each deck. Now you're probably thinking, why on earth am I going to need 4 decks to mix on? Well, it can come in very handy with getting creative. For example, it's great for making your own bootlegs or mashups. Or maybe you've got 2 tracks in the mix and you can use a 3rd and even 4th deck to put some acapellas over. So if this is the route for you, you should be looking at the Pioneer DDJ 1000 or the DDJ Flex, or if your budget is very large, you could go for the XDJ XZ. Now the XDJ XZ is probably the highest ranked out of all 3 of these. It was the most in-demand DJ product of 2020, despite there being very few gigs for DJs due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But something that the XDJ XZ offers is it is an all-in-one system. This means that you don't require a laptop to actually use it. But of course you will need a laptop to analyze your tracks in the first instance. The Pioneer DDJ 1000 in some ways is very similar to the XDJ XZ. The only difference is it's not an all-in-one system, meaning that you do require a laptop to DJ with it. The Pioneer DDJ Flex is the latest controller from Pioneer at the time of recording, and this is a great way for beginners to get into DJing. It's also got a really cool feature that enables you to transition from one genre to another despite being different beats per minute. So the next thing to consider is, do you need any line inputs or auxiliary inputs? These are inputs on the back of the controller that enable you to connect another device or unit, such as a CDJ, a turntable, or even a mobile phone. This is great in a situation where you need a backup. Next thing to consider is, do you need a microphone input, or are you happy to go through a different external mixer? Some controllers don't have a microphone input on them, but it would be very important to have one if you're going to be a wedding DJ that will need to do shout outs, or maybe if you're planning on doing live streams from home and wish to shout out some of your viewers. If you go for a controller that doesn't have a microphone input, there is a way around this, which is buying a smaller external mixer with a microphone input on it, such as the Alto ZMX 862. So the next thing to consider also is, does your laptop have the system requirements for the software that you're going for? The best way to check this is to go to the software's websites and look out for the minimum system requirements. I know I mentioned that some of the controllers available are standalone units, but bear in mind that you do still need a computer of some sort to organize your music and analyze your tracks. Once you've analyzed the tracks, you can then export the tracks to a USB memory stick. This plugs in to the standalone unit. Of course, in this video, I've only talked to you about a very small fraction of the controllers available out there. However, you will find the ones we've spoken about are very popular and are ones that we have in stock here at Tech for Music. I hope this has helped you a little bit for what you need to look out for in buying your first DJ controller. However, if you're still not sure and you're still stuck and you don't know what any of this is about, then please do not hesitate to get in touch with us in the following ways. Our sales team can be contacted by phone, email or live chat direct through our website. Or of course, even better, why not come down to our showroom at Moulton Park, based in Northamptonshire, and you can have a go on these controllers for yourself. After the current lockdown, of course. Remember, keep positive and test negative.